All right, we're looking at Algebra 4-4, example number 2 here. So you can tell immediately that this one compared to our example 1 is different because, well, first off, the equation's flip-flopped. The, y is on the right side, whereas in example 1 it's on the left. And this also is not in slope-intercept form. We've got to move some things around so we can get this equation to be in slope-intercept form so we can actually determine the slope and the y-intercept to graph it. So starting off, just making a note of that, we must solve for y first. So the y is being prevented from being alone by that multiplication of a -4. So I'm going to go ahead and divide all of those pieces by -4 to isolate it. So I'm left with y equals -20 divided by -4 is a +5, and -8, and again, remember, this is my slope piece, so I want this to be as a fraction. -8x divided by -4 is going to be a +2x. But again, that 2 is not a fraction. Never fear, hopefully you remember from 7th grade with me that you can turn any number into a fraction by just simply putting it over a 1. Because, remember, fraction bars represent division. 2 divided by 1 is still just 2. All right, so now we can graph. So my b value, or my y-intercept, is 5, and my slope is that 2 over 1. So I'm starting off at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a +5 on, again, the y-axis. Easy to remember because the y-axis goes up to the sky. Y to the sky. I know, I'm funny. So my slope is a +2 over 1. And again, I'm looking at my rise on the top over run. So the rise is telling me a +2 or up 2, and +1 on the bottom would be to the right. So up 2, right 1. Ran out of room, so I'm going to go back to my starting point and just go backwards. Instead of going up 2, I'm going to go down 2, and instead of going right 1, I'm going to go left 1. Notice again how I'm keeping in line with my other points. Down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1, left, down 2, down 2, down 2. Beauteous. All right, making sure you're using a straight edge to connect the dots. That was a horrible line on my part. Please forgive me. A little bit better. Okay. So I've got taken up the entire graph. I've got arrows in both directions, and I just need to finish labeling it with the equation. And again, you could use either one. You could use the simple one that we solved for, or you can go back to the original. It does not matter. I'm going to go with the simple one that we solved for. And boom, there you go, example 2. Again, just making sure that you solve for that y and you get that y isolated first.